in the land, in the nation. Privately, been doing handicap for 10 years at 72.5%. This is the Drewster's Corner.
I am the Drewster. Drewster here, Drewster's Corner. The preseason, week 2, is coming upon us. And what did I tell you about these Chicago Bears? Caleb Williams come on his debut, and he smoked it. Laser. Did you see the laser to DJ Moore? Do you see the pass to Clement? This team is ready to go. Drewster's been telling you, got the inside training camp. We got some surprises coming up for the NFL, and I think this team is starting to be watched. Other teams are watching us, but guess what? Bears are going to prevail. That's the way it's going to be. All right. But let me tell you something. What a great game by the Bears. I really appreciate how they played and how things went for them. 33-6. I mean, come on. What a shellacking. Good performance by all phases of the game with no problem at all. All right. To give it up to my sponsor, we got the Lively Chicago Group. Buying and selling your real estate. You tell them the Drewster sent you. My man Brandon, he's on there to take care of you. These guys will get you in a house. They'll sell your house. You need rental? I'm sure they'll do rental too. Let's step it up for the Lively Chicago Group. All right, livelychicago.com is where you're going to find them. Tell them Drewster sent you, and we're going to rock and roll. All right, so we're going to get into the game. This Bear game. What a game, huh, guys? Watching Hard Knocks, got done watching the second episode leading up to the game. I think they had some good practices. I think this team's ready to go. They're gelling. They needed some more going, but I think they're gelling to be doing good. So we're going to get into the game real quick, 33-6. On the stats, we got Bears had 52 plays. Buffalo had 65 yardage. We had 340. They had 200 yards. Defense played very well. Flags, we had 8 penalties. They had 11. Turnovers, we had 0, and they had 1. Defensive touchdown. Yes, sir. Defense, what I tell you. All right, passing, 199 by us, 123 by the Bills. 0 touchdown passing by anybody. We had 3 rushing touchdowns on the Chicago Bears. They had nothing. Time of possession, 16:72 for the Bears, 19:28 for the Bills. We had 19 first downs. They had 13. We had 9 by rushing. They had 3. Not bad, boys. Not bad. We did pretty good. 340 yards total. I think we need a little bit more, but that's okay. We're going to do it. We're going to get there. All right. First quarter scoring. We had 2 field goals by Santo, 30 and 31. Third quarter. You got to go all the way to third quarter before the Bears score again because we went in halftime up 6-3. Eberflus gives the big speech at halftime. Let's go. We want to see some defense. We want to get ball. We need an interception. We need some kind of turnover. This team's built for turnovers. That's what this defense is. I mean, come on, Jalen Johnson. Guys is out there balling. Let's go. We need this defense to take our offense to the promised land. We got a good offense. I'm telling you this. Caleb's going to take a while, but he's going to be good. He's going to help us. But the big concern is we need our defense to hold us in the game. That's the way it's going to be. Drewster's got the recipe. Let's go. All right. First quarter, we had scored. Third quarter, we had Jones ran for a 4-yard run for a touchdown. Santos good with the extra point. Then we move on to the fourth. We had the Baskerville 53-yard INT for a touchdown. Yes, sir. Let's go defense. That's what I'm talking about. Good job. We got the big defensive play. Eberflus is happy. Everybody's happy. Let's get some more tip balls. Let's get some INTs. Let's get it done. Fumbles, sacks. My man Booker on the defense. Since we're talking, he had 5 tackles, 2.5 sacks and assist. I believe that third they should have gave him 3 sacks. 3 sacks in his mind, 3 sacks in the Drewster's mind. Good job. I hope you make this team, Booker. You're doing it right. Rest of the defense did pretty good. They're just getting after the ball, making tackles, doing the things. I mean, you help this team. I understand that, Josh Allen was out there, but he looked terrible. Didn't the Juicer say in his earlier video that I think that this Buffalo team's probably not going to be as good as everybody thinks? I think they're going to regress a little bit, but that's okay. Juicer's been wrong before, but he's also been right a lot. All right. So we got the fourth quarter. We had the big INT. We had Wheeler for a 7-yard touchdown run. Oh, and on the INT, the kick by Santos, no good. What's up, Santos? We need every point. I don't care if it's practice, preseason, what it is. You got to go and do your profession over and over and over again. We need perfect. We need every single point in the NFL against these teams. Look what Green Bay's doing. Look what Detroit's doing. You cannot, I don't care if it's practice, you cannot miss anything. We need every point. Sometimes that's the factor, and that's what we need. You got to get it done, Santo. I believe in you. We got to get it done. You got to get it done, okay? All right, so then Wheeler had another touchdown for the 8-yard run, and both of those kicks were good. Thank you, Santo, for getting that done. But we need every point in this NFL, boys. Look at these teams that are coming out. You know, you got KC, you got Philly. Everybody in training camp is pushing hard. Not just because you get to see it at Hard Knocks with the Bears, but, you know, it's very impressive. It was good. Episode 2, I really liked a lot. Pretty good. So, and then, you know, you just got to realize that everybody's gunning for it, man. Lamar Jackson, all these guys. So we got to get it done. We got to stay strong. Let's go Bears. All right. All right, so on the passing, we have Baguette, which is 5 of 8, 47 yards, passer rating of 78.6. We had Reed, 2 of 4, 50 yards, 95.8. I'm glad he got some passing out there. Kid was excited. Handed off a couple touchdowns, which is good. Ripken, he's got 1 of 2, 10 yards, 64.6 is his quarterback rating. And then my man Williams, 4 for 7, 95 yards for 101.8 rating. Let's go. He looked fantastic. Had a great shot off the command. DJ Moore, he fired some rockets in there, and he had the big rush. He had a big rush for 13 yards. Slip and slides coming in play. He got the legs up. He didn't get hurt. Very good. I like it. I like this kid. He's doing good. All right. So in the rushing, we had Herbert 9 of 31, 3.4 average. His longest was 14. Homer was 4 for 18, 4.5 yardage. 11-yard was his longest run. We had Jones, 6 of 34, 5.7 was his average, 19 yards and a touchdown. We had Swift, 1 for 3 yards. I think they put him out just to stretch his legs. He didn't really do much besides the other play he had. He had the one, and then we had Wheeler, 5 for 43, 8.6 yard average with a 21-yarder as his longest with 2 touchdowns. And then we had Williams, 1 for 13 with the big magic slide. All right. What do we got? So we had on the pass catches, we had Bates, 1 for 16. Carlson, 3 for 18, 6 yards average with a 10-yard as long. Cole Kmet, same thing. They just marched him out there just to get a catch. 1 for 26. Moore had 2 for 27, 13.5 average, and his longest one was 15 yards. Pettis had 1 for 34. Big play. I like it. Sweeney, 2 for 29. Swift, 1 for 42, which took it to the house. Those boys are working on that no-look pass. It looked beautiful. It looks like a little Mahomes going on, but we're going to call it the Williams. That's going to be your new name for those little things. The Williams. You heard it here from the Juicer. All right. And what else we got? Swift had the 1 for 42 and Webster 1 for 10. So, but this Bear game's good. You know, I think these Bears are going to be good. They're going to surprise people. I think the over-under in Vegas is 8.5 wins. Take it all day. Bears are winning 9, 10, 11 games. I'm telling you. We're going to surprise some people. We're going to be right there for the division. And you know, the Juicers got the Super Bowl ticket. I will have to pull that out midway through the season. Once we see the Bears are rolling on their way to the Super Bowl, and you're all going to be jealous. So, all right, training camp got canceled today on Thursday due to climate weather in Chicagoland. We got a bunch of rain going around. On the lighter note, we got the White Sox as of today, 29, 93, 43 and a half games behind. I don't think they have a chance, but that's okay. They're in last place still. The Cubs, 59 and 63, 10 games behind. They moved up to fourth place in the division, but they got to get rolling if they're going to try to do something. If they got to make a push, it's got to be now. It's got to be now. You got to start hitting the ball. You got to start pitching. But we'll see what happens. All right. So now we got a little NFL action for Thursday. Tonight we got Philly at New England, -3, 34 and a half. Games at 6 p.m. So then we move over to Saturday. You got Atlanta, Baltimore. That game's a pick at 35 and a half. That game's 11 a.m. That's the earliest game on Saturday. Giants and Houston. Houston -3, 39 and a half. Is that over and under at 12 o'clock? You got KC -7 at 38 and a half. They're -7. Detroit, against Detroit. That's a 3 o'clock game. You got Minnesota and Cleveland. Cleveland's -4 and a half, 36 and a half. Give him a shout out to McCarthy. I understand you're done for the season. Sorry about that. That sucks. You got your dream. You won a national title. You come in here. I liked you in college. I didn't think that you're going to be okay in Minnesota. I didn't expect you to get drafted that high. I'm just being honest with you. This is the Drewster. He's always honest with anything he talks about. And but it's good news for the Bears, baby. It's good news for the Bears. It's just the way it is. I'm sorry. But number one, let's go, Bears. All right. So then Minnesota, Cleveland. So you got Tampa Bay and Jacksonville. Jacksonville -2.5, 37 and a half over under. That's a 6:30 game. You have Washington and Miami. Miami -5 at 38 and a half at 6 o'clock. The Bills and Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's -4, 36 and a half, -6. Now, on that game, I don't really like to throw it out there for preseason, but I believe the Bills, after they got their ass whooped, they're going to do a little bit more in this game. So that 36 and a half over is a little appealing to the Drewster, just so you know, out there in the betting world. You got Arizona, Indy -2.5, 36 and a half. That's a 6 o'clock game. You got Seattle and Tennessee as a pick, 35 and a half, 6 o'clock game. You got the Aaron Rodgers. I don't need to practice. I'm the best football player in the world. But what number did you land on the 100? I think Tyreek Hill was number one. I think you believe you're number one. You believe you don't have to play in the preseason. You don't believe that you're good enough that you have to practice with the players that you have no chemistry with because you haven't played football in over a fucking year. Okay? Mr. Cockiness. Juster did a video about you, about your long towel. Juster's towel's longer. I don't care what you say. End of story. All right. But guess what? You have to go back earlier videos to find that one from the Juster. We're done with Aaron Rodgers. He's not going to play. We'll see what happens this season since you don't have to have chemistry with anybody you work with because preseason's just a joke. That's what you said. Don't look at the Juster. I'm just quoting you, motherfucker. All right, here we go. All right, so we got Jets. Jets are -1.5, 31 and a half against Carolina. You got the Rams against the Chargers. Chargers -1, 33 and a half. And no, that's a 6:05. Jets game's at 6, Seattle and Tennessee. And you got Dallas and Raiders. That is Raiders -6.5, 38 and a half. I don't know what's going on with the Dallas team. CeeDee Lamb is not going on. Dak's not happy. Jerry Jones, I think, is going to go to the grave soon. So somebody has to take over what's going on in Dallas out there. So we'll see what happens. We also have Sunday night. You got New Orleans -1 against the 49ers. 38 and a half is that game. Green Bay and Denver. Denver -7 at 39 and a half. And then we have on Saturday at noon the Chicago Bears against Joe Burrow and company. Joe Burrow and company, watching a little training camp for them. They're looking good. They're trying to do something with the AFC. They're ready to roll. Brought in some new guys. They got some great receivers. They might have receivers comparable to the Bears, baby. It's tough. It's going to be a tough game here. I believe this game, what do we got here? We got the Bears minus 5.5. That's why we're getting respect, because we win preseason. Aberson, what, 5-1, 6-1 now in preseason. Unbelievable. Williams is going to play a little bit more, I believe. But it's 36.5. Over under 36.5. That's 2017, boys. 2017. I think the Bears scored 3 times in this game, and I also believe Cincinnati scores at least 17 or 20 points. So that over is going over. That's what you got to take. The Chicago Bear over. This is what we're talking about. All right. That's it for the Juicer on the Juicer Show. Juicer's Corner. Go to YouTube. I'll be putting all my picks out for all of the games, regular season, over at Juicer's Corner. And you also don't forget, you got live Chicago sports on YouTube. That's where you're going to find my Bear content, this video, and regular season. And it'll only be Bears. You'll have to go to Juicer's Corner for all my other picks. But that's it. Juicer out. We'll see you next week.